Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing to share with you guys. This package was sent by Connor and was most likely a knife sent in response to my recent community post about knives that I'm looking for review in October. If you'd like to check out that list, head on over to the community tab on this channel. Yes, you get your knives back. I don't keep this stuff. So thank you very much to Connor for sending this in. Thanks so much to my generous patrons for supporting me. There's a link for Patreon right down below. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. All right, that seems like a safe area to cut. Doesn't look like there's anything up there. We have a box. Oh. Man. Okay, so the first time I handled this knife, I did not know what to do with it. But I've been super intrigued ever since. Let's get in here. I hope there's a note. Is there a note? Yes, there is. Thank you very much. I think you guys probably know. I'll link this guy right down below. You guys can go look. There's a bunch of this is a knife that's been around for a while. This is a variant that is more recent, right? Something I'm definitely excited about. This is actually going, hey, what we have here is a blank, and boy howdy, is she pretty. My handwriting sucks. No, your handwriting's totally fine. You guys are way too critical about your own handwriting. I can read your handwriting just fine. I'll keep it short, take good care of it, and make sure she comes back relatively sharp. Don't want to get caught in a Danny Brook with some Deegans from up country and not have a sharp knife. I don't know. I don't understand. Enjoy it as much as I do, Connor. And that's, let me make sure you guys have his Instagram here. There you go. At CP_EDC. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, man. Oh, this is a ridiculous knife. A ridiculous knife. So a knife that's been around for a while. So this is a newer version of the Warlock. The Paragon Warlock, right? US made. So if I remember correctly, you push these two buttons and it opens up, yeah, like a clamp. Hang on. I gotta play with this. So the first time I handled this, I handled an aluminum one and it was all right. It had been used a little bit, right? This is one of the newer ones, sharp on both sides. We have S35VN, which, let me tell you guys this right now. S35VN, great steel, super steel, right? Definitely a steel that we will still see on really, really nice knives. I have this internal bug that I cannot get around where I have, it's just like you guys, you know, like if you're going to spend a lot of money, because this is an expensive knife, very expensive. If you're going to, you know, pay that much money for a knife, S35VN, while it is still an excellent composition, right? I mean, a lot, like here's my example. Let me make this a shorter version of what I'm saying. S45VN is incrementally different than S35VN, but it's the new flavor, it's the new style, right? So had they come out with these in S45VN, for whatever reason, my brain would be like, yeah, sure, I'll spend way more money on that, even though it's almost, right? So it's illogical. I wanted to see a different steel in this personally, which is hilarious because the whole appeal to this thing really is the fidget factor. See how it works? You push in and it opens up. It's a timing thing, right? And I think you can probably just get it to drop. Yeah, the sounds, the titanium makes an awesome sound. So this one's been rainbow anodized, which obviously the owner was into that, so that's what they went for. They have plainer versions of this, which is probably what I would go for. The entire thing is the, oh boy, I'm gonna definitely make a YouTube short out of this. That is freaking wild, man. Oh my gosh. It's just fun. Okay, this is a ridiculous knife. It is in the territory, and like I've said here lately, I like to buy US stuff in the kind of somewhere, and I change it, right? I say different things every time, but the $400 to $800 territory, me as a knife enthusiast who's been doing this for over a decade now, I've kind of found even somebody who I do own knives that are more expensive than that, but I found that the joy that I get, that kind of, it's expensive, but there's also joy there. And, you know, like the territory that I like to explore is generally this territory. I really want to own this knife. It is so weird and so ridiculous, but it's one of those that most people, like, even if you're not looking at it, if someone says Paragon Warlock, everybody in the immediate vicinity will say, I've at least heard of that, right? Well, this is why. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, right? But it's wild. I want to get that timing down. Gosh darn it. I want to get it just right. I think it's not about using wrist. It's just about turning the knife and using the gravity. See, I got it to close. There's an enormous amount of satisfaction getting this clamshell of titanium to close exactly right on lockout and exactly right when it closes out. See what I mean? It goes oh man, how does it on lockout? Yeah. So if you're squeezing it, absolutely no blade play. Well, just by holding this, right? The nature of this thing. Let's try and, yeah. So if you're holding it, right, it's going to come, it's going to make it to where the thing doesn't move. I would imagine because of the design, it's got to be relatively loose when you're not holding it shut so that it's ready to come apart when it needs to. Once you get the timing down with this thing, it's... Am I trying to make an argument for practicality because I'm setting up my subconscious to be okay with buying it? Is that what I'm doing? I wasn't interested in this as much until I read that they were going to do titanium versus this. This is cool. This is so ridiculous. Oh, man. It looks good too. I'm not all about the rainbow, right? But this texturing on like an all tumbled, and I gotta say, the blade looks awesome too. Now you're gonna get rub marks here and there, right? It's just the nature of the thing. How do we look out here towards the tip? Okay, one side, one of the grinds is kind of funky. It's that way on both sides. I'd like that to be perfect. So you do have to remember where you are, right? Pocket clip needs to be on this side because that's where it's going to fall. I almost wanted to do this, and if I turn it the wrong way, it's going to come into my hand. So that's the problem with something that looks symmetrical. You have to be aware of where the pocket clip is. I am really happy to see that they did not just slap a clip on it. They gave it a good, it looks like a good functional clip that matches the design. This is pretty cool. No idea how the internals work, but you can see there the stop pin. That's interesting. The stop pin clams together and obviously slides into a groove. It's just neat. This is not a review. This is a guy just geeking out over something. Right, this is unboxing and first impressions. I like this way more than the aluminum one, but it's way more expensive. What are these? $700, $750? Boy, that's expensive. Man, I'll tell you, right now, I still need to spend some time with this to really get an idea of what I'm looking at here. For me, this would already be part of my collection if they had done this in 20 CV or just something different, right? Something that our brains kind of associate with an upper tier, even though at base, right, when these companies buy these stocks of whatever steel, there's probably not that much difference between S35VN and 20CV. Obviously, 20CV is going to be harder to grind, so there's additional costs associated with it. Had they done it in 20CV, maybe they would have charged us more money. I don't know, right? We get hung up on that because the more I talk, the more I'm going to contradict myself. Man, it's just cool that. Wow, that's killer. Okay, guys, like I said, links for this down in the description. Very cool. This does feel quite a bit better than the one that I originally handled. The one that I originally handled was used, right? But yeah, this feels good. It's a little bit of rattling. I would imagine that that's just the nature of the internals because this operates very different than anything else out there. This is a unique knife. Anyways, Thanks again. Boy, this was a long unboxing. Thanks again, Connor, CP_EDC on Instagram. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this unboxing, like I said, that you'll get a full review of this guy a few weeks down the road. 2, 3, 4 weeks down the road. Comprehensive review. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.